Hello everyone, Dean here with the Rogue Deck Chronicles, and we are back with another Rogue Deck Showcase. And this time we are featuring a card that one I've been hype on from the very beginning, when we first heard about Megas. And then two, this is something that my buddy actually came to me saying, hey, I think we need to visit this card again, this deck again. And we are featuring the Mega Latias EX from Mega Evolution. I know this is not from Chaos Rising, but I think this card is in a very good spot right now in the Chaos Rising format. It's really fun, it hits big. So let's re-talk about this card, because I did do a video when we got into right into rotation when we did our last Rise series. So Mega Latias EX is a basic Mega Evolution Pokemon, 280 HP with being in the Dragon typing, and has two attacks here. One for a colorless Strafe for 40, and we may switch this Pokemon to our bench Pokemon. And our second attack is for a Fire, Psychic, and colorless for Illusory Impulse 300, but we've discarded all energy from this Pokemon. So we have a nice hit and run strategy, and we can also hit big. I think this is a very versatile card. It has a single retreat cost, but we don't care about the retreat because we have our regular Latios in here, we play two of, so we'll have the free retreat no matter what. With Illusory Impulse, you may be asking, okay, you're discarding energy, how do you get in this attacking multiple times back to back? Well, there's a lot of different ways to do that. So it's always we always pair it up with Latios, so from Mega Evolution set as well, with the Illustrious Assist ability. Once during your turn, you may move when you move your Mega Latias from the bench to the active, we can use the ability, you move any amount of energy from your bench Pokemon to any bench Pokemon to your new active, which is the Mega Latias. So as long as we can get energy onto our bench, we can get attacking with the Mega Latias again. And the ways we do that is, one, when we attack, we ideally have Powerglass onto our Mega Latias, so when we discard the energy, we can get at least one energy back onto the Latios. We play 4 Wondrous Patches in here to get the Psychic energy onto either one of our 3 Psychic Pokemon. Either, most likely Latias, we almost have that always in play, but I've also been liking Munkidori in here. So we get that on there, attachment for turn, and then we have our 3 energy as well. And we also play 4 Crispins to get even more energy in play. So there's a lot of combo pieces with this, but it's not very hard to pull off. So I know we kind of went all over the deck all over the place with this deck. So let's kind of go back, talk about each individual section here. So let's go with the Pokemon. So obviously we have the Mega Latias with the Latios package here. We also play with the Mega Kangaskhan for our draw engine with Run Aaron, if y'all don't know this card by now, but we can draw 2 cards if this card is in the active. This is a very good partner, especially if you're playing with the regular Latias, because you can just put it in the active, use Run Aaron, retreat into whatever Pokemon you need to go into. It's just a very great package to go and put with. For our tech cards, we do play 1 Moltres. Just for those fire packages, we're already playing the fire energy. For a grass package, go in, we can one-shot Teal Mask Overpawns like they're nothing. It's so easy. We do play Psyduck just to protect ourselves against those ghost Pokemon, the Duskmar, the Dusclops, because that can really give them free prizes, because we are a frail basic Pokemon in terms of a Mega. We're only 280 HP compared to like Mega Greninja's 350. Of course, we talked about Mega Latias. We play Lillie's Clefairy just to help out with the Dragon matchups, aka Dragapult. We can one-shot Dragapult so easy in this list. We play 2 Munkidoris just because Adrenaline Brain is really good, and we have the room for the Dark Energy, so we play the Munkidori with it. We play 1 Fez. We play 1 Pecharunt EX and 1 Yveltal, and this is really there just for a retreat lock. It's coming back, so if we can use the Pecharunt, bring up either the Fez or the Yveltal, retreat back into whatever Pokemon we need, we can get out of retreat lock. And also Clutch is a decent attack. for a darkness energy, and we can just retreat lock ourselves. So I think this is a really good combination. So with the trainer cards, we play 4 Night Stretcher, because Night Stretcher is, there's just a lot going for it. We play 2 Pokégear to grab our supporters when we need it. Our ace spec of choice is Precious Trolley. We have a lot of ways to get this turn 1 if we need to, but with how this deck also functions, we can also wait for a late game Trolley. I've done that before in my testing, and you also can see that in the game following too, that we don't need Precious Trolley always in the beginning. It's more of just getting Pokemon when we need it, and it's just, we don't play a lot of ball search, a lot of Pokemon search, and this is our main Pokemon search. We not really rely on drawing into them, but the way this deck is set up, it's not an issue for us. I will say, this is a very versatile deck, which means you can put in a different ace spec if you want. Put in Max Spell to help with the Mega Evolution matchup. Put in Prime Catcher to make sure that we can get the Mega Latias into the active. Secret Box to get our pieces that we need. We can put practically any ace spec in here, and this will work. Even Heroescape is a good option too. So I will say, for this build, we're doing Trolley, but use whatever ace spec your heart desires. This deck is not reliant on the ace spec like a lot of other decks out there. So play around with it, see what makes it feel best for you. We play 1 Special Red Card just for hand disruption. For Ultra Ball, it's the only Pokemon search we play in this list, just because we play very little Pokemon that can use Pokepad. We don't play Cyrano in this list because honestly we don't need it. I think the Ultra Balls with just a draw is enough for us. And of course I talked about our 4 Wondrous Patches, and for our stadium I put Gravity Mountain. This just helps us with our playing against the stage 2s, specifically Dragapult. That's the big one right now. Putting one of these in play, we can one-shot the Dragapult. But it can also help out with some of the Mega Evolution as well, that's stage 2s, because we can pair it with the Munkidori and set up those KOs. You'll see me do that, I believe. If not, I know in my practice games I've done that numerous times as well. For the supporters, we play 3 Boss's Orders. That way we can kind of cherry pick who we want to knock out. For Crispin, just because we play a lot of energy in here, and we need to power up our Mega Latias. Lillie's Determination, because it's one of the best cards in this format right now. If you're not playing Lillies, you better have a way to get the cards you need. And then for Team Rocket's Petrel, again, we have 5 outs technically to Precious Trolley with the Petrel. So we're very rarely whiffing on getting the Trolley out unless it's prize. And again, 2 Powerglass for our tool for this game, or this deck. And then we play 3 Dark, 4 Psychic, and 3 Fire. So a total of 10 energy, which is a pretty decent amount. That's all we really need because we are recycling our energy over and over again. So this is a list. I think this is a very fun list. I love playing with Mega Latias. If I could, I would build this for my Rogue Knights. I probably will. It is a very straightforward list. I will say it's more or less beginner friendly, maybe towards intermediate friendly, but it's not a very complicated strategy to pull off. So, but before we go into our games, just wanted to remind you all, if you can, please subscribe to our channel, like our videos. We are a growing YouTube channel. This is a passion project for both Dev and I, and also for John. So, just a little hint there. You may be seeing John back in a little bit. So, we just love playing this game. We love showing our wacky decks or some of our ideas. And honestly, a deck like this, I really like bragging on my local league because they also help me with ideas as well. And this is one of those decks that does that. I know I've been doing that a lot with my videos lately. So it will just really show my league appreciation that they are great deck builders and they have great ideas. And this is a deck that can definitely do that. So yeah, if you can, like this video, comments below about what changes you would do. And without further ado, let's take Mega Latias onto the ladder and see how it does in the Chaos Rising format. Okay, y'all, we're in our first game here with Mega Latias EX. Opponent's going to do the coin flip, so we'll see what they get if they win. So they won the coin flip, so let's see, and if we're going to go first, which is fine in this deck. We are a setup deck, and we can actually attack on our second turn if we get all the pieces lined up, and it looks like we actually have a pretty decent hand opening. Especially with having Mega Kangaskhan here. The only thing we're missing is maybe an attachment for turn, but that's pretty much it. So we'll just play down our pieces that we need. We'll run Aaron. If we can get energy, that will be awesome. And we do. So I'll put on the Mega Latias. Looks like we're going against Slowking, which is one of our worst matchups just because we're hitting a lot of big damage and we're getting rid of our energy, and they can just set up. So, with all that being said, I may hold on my hand here and just end my turn. I could get the Latios. I do have an Ultra Ball in hand, but I'm going to see if I can get either a Precious Trolley, speaking of which, they have one of their own, or if I can just draw into the Latios and save my resources. So we'll see how this game goes. But to my knowledge, I didn't think Slowking, and it's not Slowking, it's Azumarill with Floette. So this is a different situation. We can actually take advantage of the HP and all that. So this is a little better of a matchup than Slowking, because we can actually one-shot that Floette, and we can actually do that next turn with Crispin. I don't think, yeah, they just use Smoochum, so we won't have the boss, so we'll probably be playing a little slow, probably just do the strafe attack. And let's see, let's run Aaron, see if we can get that Latios. We don't, but we can play it a little slow, honestly. Going to Crispin here, grab a Darkness Energy, and we're gonna grab, we'll grab a Fire Energy. We'll put the Fire in our hand, we'll attach the Darkness to the Munkidori just to get that ready for now. Do Fire onto the Mega Latias, and we're going to retreat into the Mega. And we're just going to strafe. We're going to knock out Smoochum, get a prize card, and then move into the Kangaskhan. That way we are protecting the Mega Latias here. And we're going to get a prize card. And we get a Crispin, so we can get more energy next turn. I'm pretty sure they're going to bring up the Mega Floette here. Sorry. They're doing 200, so they're not knocking out the Kangaskhan at all. So this is actually a very good setup turn for us. And we can knock out the Mega Floette, assuming they don't get that other stadium. Don't believe, actually no, we do play stadiums. We do have the Gravity Mountain. So worst case scenario, I have Petrel. I can get the Petrel for the Gravity Mountain, and we can get 3 prizes and actually get really good positioning here in this game, because we're taking advantage of the frailness of a Mega Pokemon and Mega Floette. They're really reliant on the stadium for having a lot of HP, but if that stadium's not in play, we can easily do this. And they get the and so we can see that the HP goes from 250 to 400. So they're going to get their energy in play. They're going to get the Azumarill. I'm assuming it's probably going to be Azumarill EX. But the baby Azumarill is also a good option as well. But we actually have this right now. So what we're going to do, we're going to heal Munkidori a little bit here. And we're going to put it on, I'm trying to think what the best Pokemon to put it on is. Let's just do one of the Merrills right now, kind of set that up for later on. Let's run errand, see what we get. And speaking of the stadium, we get the stadium. We're going to bump that, bring their HP down to 250, which is more reasonable for us. And I'm actually... Okay, let's attach to Mega Latias here. We're going to use Ultra Ball, get away a Petrel and a Night Stretcher, and get our Latios. Let's just get our combo set up here. Get that in play for when we can retreat and do all our fun stuff. Trying to think, do I want a Crispin, just get more energy in play, or Petrel for Powerglass? I think we're actually good with energy for now, so I'm gonna try and get some Powerglass. We don't need Precious Trolley. We were very blessed with having a great opening hand, and because of it, we got what we needed, like, situated here. Lost Resist, we don't need it. We got what we need, and we will do Illusory Impulse, get the 300, knock out that Mega Floette, get 3 prizes. We have Boss in hand for next turn. Yeah, and we have our hand is pretty good right now. So, and we will return the Fire Energy because we have Wondrous Patch in hand, so we can Wondrous Patch onto either the Munkidori or the regular Latias, and then switch, and then move it onto the Mega. But I think we're in a pretty decent spot here. I can't remember if they can knock us out. If they can knock us out, they'll get closer to endgame for us, but we can get this going. Actually, if they knock us out, that actually gets us closer to an endgame result for us. Because we have Night Stretcher in hand, we can Crispin, we can Wondrous Patch. Honestly, I think that's all we really need. Because then we can actually switch into the Mega. So, yeah, our hand's pretty good. We put ourselves in a good board state here to end this game. And I don't know if I'm not sure if they'll sacrifice putting all their energy onto the Zoomerl EX just for the knockout, when we easily can get the return KO. Or they don't need it. I forgot, because they have Clefairy. So Clefairy does come in clutch for them, but this is fine. This is more than fine. I'm pretty sure we can actually pull this off. So first I'm just going to heal on the Mega Kangaskhan. Actually kind of make this a little easier to achieve. So let's Wondrous Patch onto I guess it doesn't really matter. So let's Night Stretcher the Mega. Let's Night Stretcher the energy. Because I have Crispin, honestly we don't need it. Let's run errands before we retreat, just see what other pieces we can get. Retreat into the Mega here. We'll use the Lustrous Assist ability to get all the energy back onto our Mega. Hit for 300 and grab our 2 prizes. We didn't even need a supporter that turn. We just had it in our hand. This is a very streamlined deck, and honestly this was a quick game, but if we can manage our resources and do what the deck is meant to do, this is not a bad deck to play. It's really fun. I know me and my buddy, we've been trying to optimize this for the last couple weeks, and I'm glad that we're able to show it off on this channel. So let's go into the next game and see how we do. Okay, y'all, we're in our next game here with Mega Latias. Our opponent won the coin flip again, which is fine, and they're going to go first. So now we can go first and show off the strafe attack if we can get our pieces set up here. So let's start Mega Kangaskhan, not really give them an idea of what we're playing. They mulligan, and it looks like they may be playing, I want to say Mega Lucario based on what their opening hand was, but some sort of fighting deck for sure. So we'll take our mulligan. And they open up with Soul Rock, so that still doesn't tell us what they're playing. So we'll see what they do this turn. So the only bad thing with this matchup is that we're not one-shotting the Mega Lucario if that's what they're playing. We're kind of tapped out at 300, 330 if we can get the Munkidori damage set up, but they need to attack us first and leave damage on our board. But we'll see. I have played builds with the maximum belt for this reason, just to kind of help with the Mega Pokemon. But this is a very versatile deck as well, I will say. I say Secret Box can be a good ace spec. Trolley is what we're using in this list. Maximum belt, I can see Prime Catcher just to help with the retreat, the switching effect. So I will say this is one of those decks where you can experiment with some of these one-of cards and just see what works for y'all. So they are playing Mega Lucario as I was expecting. I'm actually kind of thinking if we can get Mega Latias and Regular Latias in play, boss up that Riolu and just get some damage on there. Do I want to run Aaron's first or do I want Lily's first? Because we're not doing any knockouts this turn, we're just setting up damage. But I'd rather set up damage on the Riolu, to be honest. Let's run errands here. I need to make up my mind. Clefairy, not really useful in this matchup. I can Petrel and see if we have the trolley. So I'm going to get away the Clefairy, and we can probably get away at boss's orders. Mega Latias, and then we were in here to see if we have the trolley, and we do have the trolley, so I may go that direction. Okay, I'd rather put damage on the Riolu and make that easier for us to knock out. But I think this turn we just need to get our board set up. So let's get our Mega. Let's get our Munkidori here. And don't want to do Fez just yet. I'm actually going to get our Yveltal. It's a free retreater, and we can use item lock in a pinch if we have to, or retreat lock. So let's put energy onto the Mega. We're going to retreat into the Mega, and also I can sacrifice the Yveltal if I have to. So let's strafe. We will retreat into the Yveltal and go from there. Honestly, what I probably should have done was try to clutch, but I also didn't have the Dark Energy in hand. So right now this is more of if they can do anything. Okay, great, you're only doing a 1 prizer because I'm not sure if they can boss me up this turn and do what they need. Or I can just have the easy free retreat. Or I can just clutch their Soul Rock and kind of force them to see if they have a Prime Catcher or a Switch card. So they get their Mega Lucario out. So yeah, that's why I want to put the 40 damage onto the Riolu, because then I can just easily one-shot that with the Mega, but I just couldn't get it going. So they do retreat. They're going to do... Looks like they're going to attack with the first attack. Probably power up whatever Pokemon they have. I can see them using the Pokepad to get the Makihita, because that is a great gusting card, and the Hirayama is a great attacker. Yep, exactly what they're doing. And how many energy do they have in this card too? Still 2. So okay, that's definitely doable. They don't knock us out because we are resistant to fighting. I didn't realize that. So this is actually a really good play on our end. So what do we do? I'm going to put the Powerglass on the Mega here. I really want to clutch, to be honest. I just don't think that's going to happen. So let's Lillie's Determination. We need to get a much better hand. Their hand is pretty low. We don't really do much with this turn. Gravity Mountain's not good in this matchup. So I'm going to try to set up the Mega here. Get some damage onto the Mega Lucario. And I want to switch. Yeah, this is perfect. This is actually the play we need. I'm not going to move the energy yet. Then we're going to strafe. Definitely make sure that is in range. And then we are going to promote... I don't mind giving up the Yveltal, actually. I know I was going to give them a prize card, but we're going to come back with 3 prize cards, and they don't have another Riolu set up. And their hand size is pretty low. So they play Gravity Mountain, which is fine. That doesn't do anything. Yeah, all they're doing is attacking. We actually have the return attack. So let's promote the Mega Kangaskhan just so for the draw power here. Get another Crispin. So with that, we're actually going to use Crispin. I want to thin out my deck a little bit. But Psychic Energy on, honestly, doesn't really matter where we put our energy cost here. Let's run errands since we thin out some cards. Okay, I didn't really do much in this matchup or this turn. But let's go into our Mega here. And we're going to keep the energy on the Munkidori. We have no damage in play. So let's Illusory Impulse, get this knockout, get 3 prizes. And yeah, see if they can respond to it. The only play I can see them doing is that they get the Hariyama, they get a energy, and then they attack our Mega Kangaskhan. I'll do one of the Psychic Energy. And then we have Wondrous Patch to put it onto either Latias or the Munkidori. We have Crispin, we have attachment for turn. So we have an opportunity for a return KO. I'm actually kind of thinking this may be a Munkidori turn. Yeah, they just can see they don't have anything else going on in their hand. We are able to get our board set up. I think they were a little too greedy with setting up in the beginning and not getting enough Pokemon in play. They really should have, in my opinion, got a backup attacker, because as soon as they saw that we were setting up the KO, they had no response. So, but yeah, that's another game with Mega Latias, and Lucario is kind of tough to deal with, especially if you don't get a setup in the beginning. But we are able to get ourselves out of that situation and get the dub with this game. So let's play one more and see how we do, and just show off this deck even more. Okay, I know it said we'll go into another match, but for some reason my computer decided not to really work with some recordings here, so we'll just end with the first 2 games where, honestly, there was a really good showing of this deck. This is a very versatile deck. It's more of a boxy style, and I mentioned that in the intro, but this is a really fun deck. We're really consistent with what we do, trying to really hit hard with Mega Latias, recycle our energy, and then we have a lot of attackers and a lot of tech options. So if we need to get out of Retreat Lock, which is prevalent, we have the Yveltal Petrel package. If we're going against a Dragon deck, we have the Clefairy. We have, if we're going against Ghost, we have the Psyduck to help us with that. If we're going against Grass, we have the Moltres. So playing a card like Mega Latias with the different retreat style energies is really playing to our advantage, because it really hits into a lot of the meta right now. We were just fortunate enough to where we didn't really go against any single prize decks, which is our big flaw in this list. But this is a really fun deck. I've been hyped on Mega Latias ever since it got released. I played it with the Poison package pre-rotation when Brute Bonnet was around. And you saw during our last Ride series, I did choose Mega Latias as our deck to go as we introduced ourselves into the new rotation, because I think it had a lot of good pieces going for it. And as we developed and put time more into this card and into this deck, you can see we can get this working and actually a really viable deck in competition. I would play this in challenges. I know I've talked to my buddy. We're planning on playing this in challenges coming up once the season starts again. But yeah, this is a fun deck, and I'm glad y'all had a chance to see it. Take it, make your edits. Let us know what you will take out, what you would change to this list, what cards you think we're missing to make this even more optimal. Comment below. We love interacting with y'all, so please do that. Again, please like, subscribe to the channel, like this video. It helps us really with our algorithm and helps us know that y'all are liking our content here. But with all that being said, thank you for watching our video featuring Mega Latias here. Honestly, this is my favorite Mega. I've been on this card from the very beginning when it first released, and I'm glad that it has its time to shine. So before we go into the new set, Mega Latias, we all just want to say, have fun playing those sneaky decks. See y'all.